Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Do we finally have some good news? I don't know. Let's talk about it. What's the latest with Boo Carter? You know, all the rumors circulating the internet, gang-related activity, allegedly can't come back to his hometown of Chattanooga. Allegedly, he's been AWOL since July the 8th. Well, we know that that's not true. I mentioned that in my video yesterday. Brent Hubb said he was on campus just as late as last Wednesday, but also in that video, I went through some of the comments from Tony Basilio. He doesn't think that it is a slam dunk that Boo Carter is going to suit up for Tennessee this fall. What do you think? How are you? Where are you with Boo Carter right now? Do you think he's a part of this 2025 team? You can put that in the comment section below. It goes on to say that Boo Carter just hasn't been plugged in. He's missed some of the workouts. He's been late to some of the team stuff, team meetings. Because of that, the leadership council, guys like Miles Kitselman, guys like Joshua Josephs, they've had enough. So what does Josh Heupel do? Look, the thing that comes up a lot is Tennessee has given Boo Carter everything that he has asked for, everything that he wants, he has got. Anytime the portal comes up, we see a graphic like this right here on the screen, right? He's always rumored to the portal. We live in a day and age in college football in 2025 where we are putting out graphics that we are staying home. In the offseason, we're staying home. I'm back home. I'm going to stick with Tennessee. That's college football in 2025. But when he wanted money, he got money. When he wanted to play offense, he got the opportunity to play offense. So again, what does Josh Heupel do? What does Josh Heupel do if guys like Miles Kitselman, guys like Josh Josephs, this leadership council has had enough? What if they are sick of what Boo Carter is doing? Austin Price finally spoke on this last night over on the General's quarters. He put out an update on Boo Carter. He said that Boo has gone out to California over the weekend. He also said that Boo has been in contact with a potential new agent, Omar Cooper. Hasn't made that change yet, hasn't fired his previous agent, still working with his previous agent. But when he's meeting with Omar Cooper, it makes you wonder, is this about money? Is this about getting paid? Again, I don't know. This is just speculation. He basically went on to say that Boo has to do the little things better. Again, show up on time. Don't miss workouts. Don't miss meetings. Something we talked about with Sam Pendleton, man. If Boo Carter misses a workout, guess who's getting punished? The entire team. If he's not there, the team's running. If he's not there, the team's doing up downs. That's what Josh Heupel does, which then leads to the team, obviously, and the leadership council being sick of it. So again, I go back. What does Josh Heupel do? Look, the bottom line is at this point, Boo Carter can't transfer. There's no portal window. You're not a grad transfer. You're not just going to hop into the portal and go to another school. You can't do that. Is Boo Carter going to risk getting kicked off of this football team and sitting out the entire 2025 season? I don't think that's going to look good on his resume. If your goal is to play at the next level, I don't think that looks good, that you set out the 2025 season because you didn't want to show up to a meeting. You didn't want to show up to a workout. So does he sit out this 2025 season? Does he get kicked off the team? Or does he clean up his act? The good news is Austin Price said there is a path to Boo Carter being on this team. So it's not over. Can Boo Carter clean up his act? Can he get it together? Can he be a part of this football team? And does this football team welcome him back with open arms? I don't know. Josh Heupel, this coaching staff, they've got a decision to make. But again, the good news is there is a path to Boo Carter being a part of this football team in 2025. I've got some more good news. I want to jump over and talk a little recruiting real quick. Before I do that, I need you guys to do me that favor that I always ask you to do. Smash the thumbs up below the video. It's quick. It's easy. It helps the channel. If it's your first time here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're exactly what you are. We're fans, man. We don't pretend to be media or experts or insiders. We're just Tennessee fans that come on here and hang out and talk Tennessee football every single day of the year. So if you like that, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Got a fun live stream tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. 4-star linebacker, Tennessee commit Braden Rouse is going to be on the channel hanging out, talking about ball, talking about life. Get to know Braden Rouse tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. You can also support the channel by hitting that join button down below. It's $1 a month. You keep the lights on around here, and we appreciate your support. But let's change gears. Let's talk a little recruiting. Let's talk about Joel Wyatt because he's an in-state kid. He's a priority. I know everybody's talking about Savion Hyder. Everybody's talking about flipping Tristan Keys, and I think those two guys are huge for this class of 26, but I think Joel Wyatt is also huge for this class, particularly when you talk about in-state kids. Rivals puts out two teams are battling at the top for the 4-star athlete, Joel Wyatt. So what's the latest on Joel Wyatt? Again, a 4-star athlete, 6'4", 185, Bell Buckle, Tennessee. He's 58th nationally overall. So an elite guy ranked inside the top 100, fourth best athlete in the country, second best player in the state of Tennessee. So when we talk about his recruitment, it was Tennessee and Vanderbilt. Sounded like he was going to stay in the state of Tennessee one way or the other. He was scheduled to come off the board back on July the 6th. But after he delays that commitment, we see more teams pop up. You see them on the screen there. It's still Tennessee and Vanderbilt, but now you got to deal with North Carolina, Oklahoma, Louisville, Georgia. They're all involved, and there was so much talk about what position Joel Wyatt would play. Obviously, the Vols originally recruited him as an edge, but as it's gone on, more teams have got involved. Tennessee staff has reached out to him. They have contacted him, and they said, hey, we'll take you as a safety. If Joel Wyatt wants to play safety, we will take him as a safety. Is he qualified? What's the scouting report? Let's go through it real quick. This is what it says. Polarizing two-way athlete with a robust multi-sport background that possesses the ability to project to either side of the football at the next level. Long, gangly mover, hovering around 6'4", 200 pounds, Wyatt operates with relative ease and athleticism on both sides of the ball while demonstrating the ability to chew up cushion quickly and navigate in and out of breaks efficiently at the wide receiver position. Said although he's developing as a pass catcher, the top 247 standouts, length, leaping ability, and open field elusiveness make him one of the more dynamic prospects in his position group. On defense, the native will situationally reside as an overhang safety, covering ground quickly while flashing natural instincts in run sport, but is primarily used as a 3-4 stand-up edge where his speed and athleticism are virtually impossible to defend for opposing offensive linemen. And again, that's where Tennessee liked him. But one thing to talk about him playing safety at Tennessee this summer at some of the camps, he flashed, he balled out, he showed out as a safety going up in one-on-one situations. That's encouraging. It goes on to say, although his collegiate position projection is still coming into focus, he unquestionably possesses the elite physical traits to play receiver or DB on Saturdays, while his lack of lower body mass will more than likely prevent him from playing closer to the line of scrimmage. Either way, the top 247 standout projects as an all-conference prospect at the Power 4 level with potential to develop into an early round NFL draft choice. So again, that's the scouting report. Wide receiver, DB, edge rusher. Again, Tennessee likes him at edge. They're willing to take him at safety. Now, Chad Simmons put out an update. This was about 4 hours ago. He said that Joel Wyatt may not be on the board too much longer, and I think that is more good news for Tennessee. That was my concern when he delayed that commitment date. It felt like Tennessee was the front runner there. It felt like if he committed on July the 6th, it was going to be the Vols. Once he pushed off, I was worried about these other teams, right? Georgia trying to get him on campus for an official visit. Other teams still trying to reach out, make contact. If Tennessee can get this done, if Joel Wyatt comes off the board sooner rather than later, I think it is a good thing for Tennessee. Now, the Chad Simmons update goes on to say he's hoping to commit before the end of July. Definitely, he said definitely before the season starts. Here's a quote from Joel Wyatt. It says, I'm honestly torn right now. I want to get it done, but I'm still confused. He said Oklahoma came in with an offer, and Coach Venables called me. So they've given me a lot to think about. Tennessee and Vanderbilt are still working hard to keep me home, too. He goes on to say Tennessee is recruiting me the hardest right now. Oklahoma is hitting me up every day, too. Tennessee is really working hard to get me. Their coaches always reach out and always make me feel like a priority. Now, the Chad Simmons update goes on and says, if Joel Wyatt had committed on July the 6th, we liked Tennessee's position, which, again, going back to that, that's why I said it was bad news for Tennessee when he postponed that commitment. Now we sit, he's going to make that decision before the end of the month. I think that is good news for Tennessee. He hasn't taken any more visits. He hasn't been out to Oklahoma. He hasn't been out to Georgia. I think it's good news for Tennessee. He says the Vols still look to be trending, but the Commodores are right there. He goes on to say odds are Wyatt stays in state. If he commits this summer, he is eyeing a visit to Norman, but nothing is scheduled yet. Again, I know Georgia wanted to get him on campus. We'll see what happens there. I think if he commits sooner rather than later, if he comes off the board before the end of the month, I like where Tennessee is at. So some good news. Been a lot of negativity, a lot of rumors and nonsense here lately. Boo Carter has a path back to this football team. We're going to talk about that tonight, again, live at 7 o'clock with Braden Rouse. We'll have a short little 30, 45-minute conversation with him. Then Scoops is going to be in the house, Foul, me, and Coach Jay, myself. We'll talk about this Boo Carter situation. We'll talk some other Tennessee football news. Come hang out with us tonight live at 7 p.m. Eastern time. But that's going to do it for this one. Is this good news? How you feeling about Boo Carter? How you feeling about Joel Wyatt? Put it in the comment section. Smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise at bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. All the links to support the channel are in the description below, but that is it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.